All right, so for my presentation, I got to explain the current and future tax implications of a 1031 exchange with John, and then to show the math necessary to determine these consequences and whether or not he should consider the transaction of the 1031 exchange. So I'll email you my work as far as the math goes, but for Jason, with being approached by John to do the 1031 exchange, he's got the Joe's Pub, and then he's got this building that's right next to it that John is offering to do an exchange with. For John's building, it has a current fair market value of $100,000, and in exchange, the Jordans would assume a small mortgage of $16,000 on the property if they were to accept the exchange. Now, the adjusted basis is impacted by a gift tax exclusion formula that we would calculate here. Now, the Jordans would not get credit for the full gift tax that they did pay on it, and what we'll do is we would calculate how much they'll pay for it. So in order to determine the correct gift tax deduction, we do need to take the appreciation while owned by the donor, so in this case Aunt Judy, who had gifted the property to Jessica, and then we'll divide that by the fair market value at the time of the gift. So for calculations, what we had was the $40,000, which was in this case the appreciation, and the $60,000 would have been the fair market value. So that gave us 66.67%. And that percentage of gift tax is used for our next calculation as well. So from the notes in the case study, we found out that the gift tax paid amount was $24,000. So what we'll do is we take $24,000, we multiply it by the 66.67%, which gives us about $16,000. Now the Jordans are only going to get to exclude the $16,000 of that $24,000 that they'd paid as the gift tax before. So the taxable gain is the lesser of the realized gain or the boot received. So no tax is going to be due on this exchange. So to get to that, we found that the amount excluded minus the mortgage assumed gave us a net of zero. So the $16,000 for the mortgage, the $16,000 of the amount of the gift tax that's excluded. That's how we got to the zero. Now for what we would recommend, or what I would recommend for John, or for Jason, I'm sorry, would be to accept John's offer and complete this 1031 exchange. So I felt like this property that Jason would be receiving is in a much better location than where their current rental property is that they were gifted. So this could be a great opportunity for the Jordans to have another property that's directly next to Joe's Pub. And then, of course, you can defer the taxation of any gains on this new property until it's eventually sold. So there's a lot more opportunity for this new property, which is why, in part with the calculation that we did, why I feel like it would be a good idea to go through and do the exchange with John for this new property. Not having any taxes due, up front is a big thing. But also just having a property in a much better location, I do believe is going to be a better thing overall for the Jordans. Thank you.